Two sides bang in form, both with reasons to feel optimistic, both with confidence at its maximum, and with the extra element of former Oxford employees in the visiting camp, not least of which, of course, the visiting head coach. Just a little undercurrent, perhaps, to add a little spice to the ingredients. There was a clash that the referee took exception to. McCrory trying to win it. Looked like a fairly honest attempt to get to the ball. But the fact that Kioso went down in a heap has prompted the referee to bring it back. They've even given a yellow card to McCrory. As Dembele plays in Harris and Paheta got underneath it and skied it.
Nice and inventive from Harris, the problem being it's just slightly behind Paheta, so he's having to kind of wrap his left foot around it and generate the power and try and get that direction as well. Dembele's been nice and bright last few times, just had to adjust his position rather than run onto it here.
Actually, they have to start again with Brown. Aim towards Lee. Worthy. The referee was about to blow, but he saw Oxford still had it. Brannigan bringing in Paheta again. Well, this time it is under the crossbar, but too close to the goalkeeper. He's had his two previous sighters, getting closer and closer.
Yeah, he's been really bright, and I think that is what Oxford are. And that one certainly a little better, working its way onto the target, but comfortable for O'Leary.
Here's Williams, tackled by Dembele. That was a Williams tackle that the Oxford players absolutely object to. They really didn't like the nature of that challenge at all. What was your take, Sam?
Completely unnecessary is my take. I mean, that is his game, Williams. He's always close to the edge, and he steamed into the challenge. I probably don't feel at first viewing it's enough to be a red.
It is red. It is red. Williams can't believe it. Oliver Langford took his time. Of course, he only gets one look at it. No VAR to just check it out. And the speed and the momentum of the challenge, the manner in which it took place, is enough for Oliver Langford to say violent conduct, out of control, red card. Dictate this second half in its entirety. Brown creeps forward. Little layoff from Lee. Here's Dembele. Deflection on the cross. Takes it out for a corner. Bird intervening. Corner swung in. A little flick on the near post from Hillick, but it's never troubling the goalkeeper.
Naturally, in these situations, you're just desperate for that opening goal with your team with the numerical advantage.
Well, not since the end of September have Oxford failed to score in a home game. So you'd fancy their chances of doing that as Armstrong tries to have his first attacking involvement, and that's a really good hit from Sykes, which the goalkeeper turns away. I guess in the context of the game we've witnessed, that's probably as close as we've come to a goal.
Yeah, Armstrong did well initially. It's not on to get the strike away. It's only half cleared by Oxford, and had that been, a couple of yards to the right or the left of coming, I think that's really working him hard. He's comfortable given that it's straight towards him.
Different taker now with the twine off, and then the header goes wide of the target.
I think it's possibly Dickey, was it, with the effort? Yeah, just arrived late, didn't he? Completely free, and it can only go that side because the trajectory of the ball. Can't get it towards the far corner. I think Rodriguez probably positioned anyway to clear Oxford's lines.
Bele back to Vokes. Floater, Hellick managed to keep it, and then it breaks for Brown, and it's straight at the goalkeeper. Looked as though it might fall for Rodriguez, but in the end it falls for the centre half.
I would suggest the best chance of the game by distance, and it's just keeping things alive. Hellick initially, intelligent header. Rodriguez does well to make the space. Disappointing effort from him, and then Brown has to get that towards the corner, the right-hand corner, as we look.
He also won it. Again, no foul. Rodriguez helps it on. Brown has a real crack of it. Lee, Brannigan, he's going to have a go. His shot charged down, and then Lee across and into the net. Well, it was a cross, I think, and there's a merest of touches on it maybe, and it's gone into the Bristol City net. Harris is going over to celebrate. Don't think he touched it, and it was Lee's cross, and it just somehow found its way in.
Well, a little bit of pressure was building. I think Earthy was on the deck, and that can be problematic for a period there. When you're down to 10 especially, you need everyone to be in the shape. They just found the space to manoeuvre it. Brannigan, I thought he was less likely to find the target once it went onto his left foot. And whether that's a cross or a shot, it's really intelligent from Greg Lee, because he's just putting real pace on it. He controls the direction of it nicely, and it finds its way into the far corner. It's one of those where probably the goalkeeper, the back five are anticipating one of their teammates doing a job or getting a touch from an offensive player, but does better than that for Greg Lee. It goes straight through into the far corner.
And this is his first time since he left, and his team are trailing as Armstrong gets clipped. Hellick is penalised. The assistant raises the flag.
20 minutes into the second half almost, and the first opportunity for Armstrong to do this, stretch his legs, and I think that's the right decision. I think he does well.
Allow the likes of Dickey to get on the end of a floated ball. Well, it's something off the training ground, and it's brilliant. Superb from Sykes. Wonderful from Bristol City. Invention of the highest order. And we talk about work that's done in training. That is straight off the training ground, straight onto the Kassam Stadium pitch. And Bristol City are level through Sykes.
Well, it's brilliantly clever. Everyone's anticipating it just being slung into the area. But then it requires a brilliant finish. Take nothing away from that. Yeah, it's a clever move from Bristol City, but then the finish is exquisite from Sykes. Gives the keeper the eyes a little bit, whips it into the top left-hand corner. Completely statuesque coming, hasn't got a prayer. The position he actually takes the shot on from is just on the edge of the area. It's a presentable opportunity to strike, and my goodness me, it's perfect.
Trying to find Goodrum. Crawley, Matos tried to win it back. Armstrong, Tetavest, McCrory again goes in, and he was booked in the first half and has got to be careful, and it might be 9 men now for Bristol City. It is a second yellow card for McCrory, and Bristol City now have 9 out there. Well, if they come out of this with anything, it really will be a huge, huge performance. Shouldn't go in like that when you're already on a yellow card. And that is the end of that. Well, they'll continue their magnificent unbeaten run, Gary Rowett's team. Liam Manning, well, it's a point, and in the circumstances, it's a very, very good point. This game will be remembered for ill discipline more than anything else. An absolute flurry of cards, 4 yellow for Oxford and 2 yellow and 2 red for Bristol City. Down to 10 men in the 31st minute. They held on to a 0-0 scoreline till Lee made it 1-0 in the 59th minute, but Bristol City fought back just 6 minutes later through a well-worked free kick by Sykes. And although Oxford huffed and puffed and Bristol City went down to 9 after McCrory had a second yellow, they couldn't find a winner. And in fairness to Bristol City, they probably do merit their point. The final score, therefore, at the Kassam Stadium, an eventful afternoon of football. Oxford United 1, Bristol City 1.